following that incident. What did you find when you got there, and what were the officials telling you?
Well, it was quite a graphic things that we found there. When I went inside the school, I saw one of the suspects, in fact, lying down in front of the school's principal office. And of course, at the entrance of the gate, just a few meters away from that, was another suspect. So I can confirm to you that 2 suspects have been shot dead in an exchange with the police, as well as the community forum that is in there, the police community forum. But what happened, as we understand, was that these suspects gained access to the Edenvale High School by posing as parents. One of the suspects who was driving one of the vehicles, in fact, said that he was a parent, and they gained access there. We understand that what took place after that was that the suspects, in fact, held some of the teachers at gunpoint until the principal was able to open the safe, which they took 8,000 rands there. But as they were about to flee, we understand that the South African Police Services responded swiftly to that. But let's take a listen to what Panyaza Lesufi, the MEC for Gauteng Education, actually said about this, because he was there and was properly briefed by the school.
This morning, one person came here and he advised the security team that he's here to collect his child. When they opened, 5 other suspects came in, armed, and they demanded the principal and where the safe is. When they were pointed where the safe is, I'm told it was petty cash, just around 8,000 rand, that they've managed to lay their hands. But fortunately, the school has a very strong security system. So the alarms were pressed, the 24/7 security system arrived on scene, and the police, because we are just next to the police station. That's how brave people can be. I mean, how do you rob a school that is just few centimeters from the school? And then the police arrived. We were told there was a shootout. 2 people unfortunately lost their lives. They are now identified as part of the alleged gang members. There's another one that has been taken to hospital, and I'm told the police are still hunting for others that are there.
It sounds so brazen from the description there, Lindokuhle. The school is so close to a police station, and it sounds like the number of suspects involved is at least 5, is it?
Well, Tulas, I think it's more than 5, because if you can count right now, 2 of the suspects are in police custody. We understand that one of them was injured and is in hospital. And of course, the other 2 that had died during that exchange. When the police explained to us that, in fact, there were 2 vehicles that had fled the scene with the money, so you can do the calculations there. A lot of these suspects attacking a particular school. But one of the things that has brought this particular issue into the spotlight is that 2 other schools, one other school had also a similar incident this morning. We understand in the very same area that 25,000 was taken to another school. I'm struggling to recall the name of that particular school, but that was confirmed by the spokesperson for the Department of Education in Gauteng, and that is Steve Mabona, saying that there is another school in this very day that experienced the same thing. And what the MEC Panyaza Lesufi said was that he admits that there is a target, sort of a target towards these schools, but he says that he appreciates that the police are actually responding swiftly to these calls, distress calls from the schools, and he says that these criminals must face the full wrath of the South African Police Services if they continue particularly targeting these particular schools.
I can only imagine how shaken the pupils at that particular school were, Lindokuhle.
Well, what we understand is that, in fact, they were able, because they normally have drills to ensure if there is an emergency, they act in a certain way. And we understand that today that's exactly what happened for that particular school and the staff. And more so, we understand from the Department of Gauteng Education that they will be counseling tomorrow, and that school will be suspended, classes will be suspended until next week, Monday, to ensure that everyone who needs counseling about what happened is actually counseled and they get the necessary help they need grades. And of course, what they said was that they will be suspending exams that were supposed to take place in the near future. But they're saying that they will be suspending those classes to ensure that pupils actually get more time to prepare, but more so get the help from the departments, necessary departments, in terms of counseling to ensure that they are ready to commence with the school year.
All right, thank you so much for that update. That's ENCA's Lindokuhle talking to us there about the shooting